You joined at the wrong time because we just had a great series, but I guess better late than never because we're about to get ready for our grand finals between Azeri versus Amaz. And StrifeGo is going to be settling in to help do the three-man commentary. We also want to give shout out to the other top 4 finisher, Gino from Hong Kong, because we're talking a lot about RDU and how he was able to finish top 4, but Gino did too against all expectations, right, Nish?
I'm super surprised like how good Hong Kong players are. They are showing really good skills here. We had another Hong Kong player as well, and like soon in the future we'll have the Taiwanese Taiwanese finals for the BlizzCon World Champs, and I'm sure like we'll see those players again. So definitely follow those players.
Maybe they'll be the Asian representatives.
Yeah, that's really highly possible. So those are the players like. Before we didn't know those players from the continent, right? Like we knew mostly EU and NA.
We saw them in a couple show matches at best.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And now we actually learn about their personalities. Like those are really cool people that we hang out with, and
highly intelligent. They're like great at all kinds of board games. They're great at Magic. They're great at Go. We're like hanging out with them and getting to know them.
They basically have the same background as us.
Sure, yeah. A lot of them are extremely good game theory people, and they're very talented. Strife, welcome to the couch. What did you think of that series? Were you flipping out like us?
Oh man, I flipped out like multiple times. Like there are so many like crazy moves. Like so much decided about rag shots by both players, and then there was like this crazy Sylvanas Shadow Flame.
Yeah,
there are just so many like really tight spots.
That was amazing.
I guess that's why we love and hate Hearthstone, right? Yeah. Because those things happen, but they are so amazing when they happen, right?
Yeah, RD is forcing Amaz to actually use up his luck. Like Amaz actually missed one rag shot, so maybe he's starting to lose. Lose his luck. Maybe in the finals. And the other cool thing is the final is going to be Battle of the RNGesuses.
Oh man!
Yeah, Azeri was the 1%. He is the 1%.
Does it still hurt?
No. Okay, yeah.
A little bit of salt coming out from StrifeGo as we get ready for the finals. Amaz and Azeri shaking hands and parting ways. We do not have the bands just yet, but we can get the bands soon and the information because we want to know the bands and picks for the classes.
I guess.
Actually, okay, we're back on camera. Masan, help us get banned. I was trying to be smooth about it. But
no problem. Amaz is pretty smooth. Probably you get banned.
You think he's going to ban Priest?
Dude, after that match, after that series, I would definitely ban. Like,
what was Amaz's 4th deck that
Druid?
Druid.
That was played yesterday.
If it would be possible, being Azeri, I would ask if I can actually ban one card instead of the deck. Like, just ban Ragnaros.
Yeah, can I ban a card and not ban? But if you ban Ragnaros, it's like, what if his Hunter had Ragnaros too, right? Like his Handlock, his Priest, his Druid, his Hunter had Ragnaros. Why not? It's like kill command to the face, right?
Or kill command on Shenzhen. It's a better kill command, right? You just play it versus the
kill command that stays around
every time.
Ridiculous. Guys, we want to encourage you once again to tell your friends about what's going on here. Hashtag IEM and let them know that the grand finals is starting, whether on Twitter or Facebook, and let people know. Intel Extreme Masters will be back. This is the beginning of the Season 9 circuit. We're here in China. Next time, I think there was teasings of maybe a Canada event. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff going around, so make sure to pay attention at intelextrememasters.com or facebook.com/IEM.
Also,
I've been having a really good time, guys.
I'm having a great time as well, and I just noticed that Amaz is the 3rd big tournament, and Amaz is in the final again.
In a row, right?
In a row. 3rd tournament in a row.
Right. He started off in DreamHack Bucharest, where he got top 4, and then he went to DreamHack Summer and got in the finals.
Then the tournament in France, Millennium Cup, he won.
Now he's in the final
again. And like in the beginning, people thought like Amaz is just a streamer, like he's not a good player. But Amaz actually has a very competitive background. Like he was running a World of Warcraft guild for a long time. Also, he played some Dota 2.
He was a raid leader.
He was a raid leader and a guild master on the same time. He was playing Dota 2, and he was playing other games as well. Like he has a competitive mindset. People know him mostly as a pre-streamer, but he's really competitive. Like there is this Amaz playing in the tournaments. Like look at him. Like he's so calm and focused on the same time.
It's very different from the Amaz that we see on Twitch streams on a day-to-day basis.
He wants that win.
He wants that win. But don't discount this guy either. Azeri, I got to spend a lot of time with him this morning and hang out. He's, again, one of these players, no team, no real background in CCG, but he plays a lot of other video games, obviously. He doesn't have anybody helping him practice. So the things that he brings is just what he watches, what he practices, what he plays, and what he learns from himself, which is really cool because you guys who are watching, you can do that too. If you're kind of studying these games, learning Hearthstone, and trying to compete against the best.
You can be like Azeri.
All right, so game number 1 has begun,
Druid
and we have
versus
a Druid mirror match.
This is a very significant game because the Druid who wins might have an option to actually go 3-0.
Yeah, Druids have been 3-0ing. There's 2 times Druid has gone 3-0 so far. Amaz 3-0'd with his Druid, and also...
Azeri.
Yeah, Azeri 3-0'd
with his Druid.
the last best of 3.
It's also very hard to actually counter Druid. Like, there's no real Druid counter, right, as a deck. Because Druid is so flexible, there are so many versions. I mean, you can counter Druid with Druid. Like, if there is a token Druid, you can counter it with a Taunt Druid. But what are you seeing here? Like, what kinds of Druids they play?
Well, I saw an Ancient of War in someone's hand. I think it was Azeri's.
Well, Amaz does have a Black Knight. That's huge in this matchup. Especially against a slower Taunt Druid, Black Knight is like the single most influential card.
So Azeri's Druid seems like a Taunt Druid, but look at that curve. It's so good. Like, Hearth's Golem, Shenzhen into Druid of the Claw, into Druid of the Claw. And he still has the Wrath to actually, like, shake things a bit.
Yeah, Azeri has a crazy curve, but Amaz does have the crucial Black Knight. So we'll see if Azeri gets far enough ahead where the Black Knight won't completely swing the tempo, or we'll see if the Black Knight can just, like, say Azeri's going to hit his drops and then, you know, Black Knight boom.
Would you kind of shapeshift here to kill the 2-1 and then you have, like, some pull-up?
I guess it depends. You need to think about whether you can still catch the bear with the Black Knight if you do use your coin. I believe Amaz needs the coin to coin out Black Knight against the Druid of the Claw.
Yeah, the Druid of the Claw.
So maybe, maybe that.
But now, like,
that's assuming it's coming out in the...
Yeah, because right now you can play Druid of the Claw as a charge and just kill the 2-4.
If he wants to pick up the
I don't know if you do
this
that.
is huge. He played a taunt. So we are going to see the Black Knight.
A great start for Amaz. He has his Ancient of War.
Yeah, you just have to Black Knight here. There's so much value.
That is a battle cry, deal 6 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not the end of the world for Azeri. Azeri is a taunt Druid, so, you know, if you get your Druid Claw Black Knight, at least your Sunwalker and your Ancient of
It's kind of like a baiting Black Knight, right? So you can play Sunwalker safely next turn.
It's not really baiting. You still hate it, you know, but at least you have the consolation prize.
Yeah, it's not a huge swing, right?
Yeah.
But then what if he plays the Youthful Brewmaster and then plays the Black Knight once again?
He might not actually want to Sunwalker here. You have a really good swipe. Because you can swipe the 4-5 and Hero Power and take out the Keeper with your Shenzhen. So that actually looks pretty smooth.
It's a pretty nice.
In fact, you don't even have the Hero Power.
So you clear and you still have the Shenzhen as a follow-up. But on the other hand, like, mostly you want to play that Sunwalker, right? Like, turn 6, you want to play Sunwalker because it's so good, and you know that Black Knight is out of the way.
That is some really question. Like, why did he attack like that? And because you can just use the Keeper to ping off the Divine Shield or to do 2 damage to the Shenzhen.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunwalker now.
I guess he might be afraid of going for face because he went for face earlier instead of trading. Not sure.
Yeah, meanwhile, Maz picks up a Force of Nature, which allows him to effectively take out the Sunwalker and kind of match it.
He can take out the Sunwalker by, say, Hero Powering and Mark of the Wild, but then you can't take out the other. I don't know. I don't see a way he can board clear. Maybe Force of Nature will allow him to board clear somehow. What do you think? Yeah,
I'm just thinking we can use effectively Mark of the Wild here. And maybe leave this, I don't know, wait.
But you are dropping the rest of your mana, though.
It seems like Force won't allow board clear either.
Yeah, it will. If you just attack into the Black Knight will attack into the Shenzhen.
Yeah, you just attack the Shenzhen with the Black Knight. I think it was the best play here. Like, what's interesting that you have so many cards, you can have a couple of decisions.
He's got Ancient of War, too. And he's going to be able to hit it before his opponent.
Do you double Wrath? Double Wrath.
I think you double Wrath and both draw, maybe. Because then you can still play a Harvest Golem. It seems like Azeri's hand size is getting pretty small. So I think he needs to cycle deeper.
Yeah, exactly. Refill his hand. Well, he still has the second Wrath to actually draw a card.
Man, Amaz's hand is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so many good cards.
I think he's going to hit this lower.
You draw cards?
Oh, it's going to be a full hand of threats.
Amaz still has to be scared of Black Knight, right?
Oh, Faceless. Karen and Faceless, the combo that you don't face being a Druid.
No, well, it picks up BGH, which would be nice against a Rag.
I guess you still Wrath your draw a card and trade, right? I mean,
you
like,
can swipe after?
Yeah, you don't even have to necessarily trade.
Wow, it seems like Amaz has everything in his Zerd. He has the combo, he has Faceless,
and he has the Ragnaros.
Well,
wow.
I mean, as great as it is, you're not going to really necessarily need it.
Dude, just play Ragnaros and win in the next 3 turns. That's so easy.
Yeah, I guess. If it was like that simple.
Azeri actually doesn't even cycle the Wrath.
You play Ragnaros here, and then Faceless it next turn.
Let's see.
The problem is that if his opponent has the combo, and he uses all his mana without hero powering, Amaz can just die.
Come on, it's Amaz. Like, just play Ragnaros, hits the bear, then Faceless next turn. Oh, he missed.
It missed.
And there's a BGH.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And that can swing.
Ragnaros is out. How come?
So Azeri picking up that BGH.
A huge amount of tempo this turn. This is like a huge tempo swing.
Yeah, this is a huge
basically
tempo
means
swing.
that Amaz did nothing last turn. Even though Rag hit the face, they damage here. You know,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Change
He's still he has still 19 health, which is a lot.
Exactly.
And there is no good board clear, right?
Well, he can push out the Ancient while using the Keeper of the Grove to take out this BGH and try to put up a wall, but then his opponent has that Black Knight, then it's, well,
the
you
big
just
thing
lose
here
so much
is
momentum.
If Amaz can stick any creature, he can faceless, faceless Markalal combo. Basically, if Amaz can stick one creature, he can combo from there. So Amaz needs to think about how he can stick one creature this turn while, say, not dying too much. Yeah, Keeper that kills 4 power. Now you can play the War.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice. Like, this is kind of a gamble, but if there is a Black Knight, this game will go down the slope.
It'll go one direction.
Oh, Swipe is also giving some options, right?
It does, but he also thinks Wild Growth because he might draw into it.
He might draw the Keeper or Black Knight.
He drew into face. Okay. Excess mana.
Ooh,
well,
okay.
It's a card. It's a strong card.
Yeah, and he knows that Black Knight is out of the way, so he can possibly play it.
But I think he wants to push in damage. Can't he? He can't push in damage. That's too much.
Well, he just plays it. He ends turn here, right?
Yeah, but now
he
also
attack.
Maz knows his opponent is also used the BGH, so he can mark the wild
Now
faceless.
it's gonna get comboed, unfortunately.
Yeah, because he used the BGH already. So now he has freedom. Oh.
Yeah, he has the BGH.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That is.
This is a very nice
That is
play.
clever.
This is a sick swing, actually.
That is ridiculous. I didn't even notice the BGH in his hand, and Amaz has now turned the tables on his opponent.
Double Edge of War, and he knows that BGH is out of the way.
That is cute.
Oh, and no Black.
No, interface pretty useless. He might have to Wrath for something like that.
He has to Wrath and roll into something.
Yeah, because Wrathing...
I don't see. You can't swipe down this board.
I guess you have to get the BGH to deal with the 7-12.
I guess you start by Wrathing the 5-6.
Yeah.
And that way you hopefully draw into Black Knight and hit the other one. Otherwise, you
and
can
then interface swipe.
Otherwise, you can still swipe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dead innervate.
Okay, so he can still swipe the BGH and kill the other Ancient of War.
Yeah, and be left like with 7-11.
7-11.
But on the other hand, like Amaz still has a follow-up, and the life totals are not that different.
Oh, is he using his hero power and then gonna harvest?
This is weird, right?
That is painful.
This saves his Yeti, but I mean, the 4-1 can almost trade for the Yeti.
He has
anyways.
11 damage. He needs 4 to finish the game.
He has the Argent Commander.
That's it.
That's game. And Amaz has managed to swing them with as if the Argent Commander wasn't enough.
Swipe top deck.
As if it wasn't enough. Amaz is lucky. He gets to swipe.
And Amaz has
Wait, is he missing lethal?
He's not missing lethal.
No, he's not missing lethal. No.
What? He missed lethal?
Wait, Amaz, what are you doing?
Amaz!
Going for the insurance.
He missed lethal.
I don't know if he's trolling.
Did he realize that he missed lethal?
He's not missing lethal. He's maximizing his BM opportunity.
Yeah.
I guess.
And if there was a 7-11, there it is now.
Okay, he just realized that he missed lethal.
Well,
he's like, wait.
He had two. He had.
Guys, do we win? Guys, did we win?
Argent Commander and swipe, so he had
he had an overkill.
Oh no! Well, you know what? Azeri said I'm not gonna win anyways.
Yeah, there's no way with the keeper.
No way.
That is too bad. You know, that's a really crushing way because you're like, oh well, he just missed lethal, but I have to concede anyways.
I was like, okay, I missed lethal, but whatever.
Well, the Black Knight really swings this game. Black Knight really swings.
It does. Again, it was able to kill off a really... It's basically taking the 5 mana away immediately.
BGH was so super important, like with BGH into Ragnaros and BGH into the Blueberry.
The Ancient of War.
Yeah.
He's eating the blueberries.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
He's so blue. Normally, he's like more like green and white.
Oh, look at that hand.
Ah, it's the combo shaman.
That's the Amaz hand.
Oh my God! It's the Amaz hand.
That's the Thunder Amaz hand.
Now, while we have a quick break, Amaz did ban the Warlock from Azeri. We got this information from the admins. Thank you so much to Daniel. Azeri banned the Hunter from Amaz, which means Maz still has access to Priest, and Azeri has Shaman and Warrior left.
We haven't seen Azeri's Warrior yet.
I don't believe so.
No, we have not.
I don't believe so.
Azeri still has a Warrior, right?
Yeah, still has a Warrior.
So we will see the Warrior, I guess. I hope.
What is this?
Oh my God, the
What is
second
going
one.
on? Amaz, calm down.
To be fair, the second one isn't as big as.
Wait,
It's
is it
better
really-
than drawing something.
It really depends on what
It's like not
gets,
that
right?
important. I mean, it's not bad. But
Yeah, but on the other hand, he has Karen, like he has Faceless, Ancient of War,
Oh
Ragnar.
my God, mana for days.
yeah, see, he chose not even to drop the second one.
Yeah, I mean, he can play it on turn 4.
Amaz
right?
actually might not have the best hand because he had 2 Wildgrowths and 2 Innervates. If he gets screwed by creatures, like say not having the drops,
Yeah.
he might just have nothing to do for a long
He needs
time.
Ancient of
Yeah,
War
if he
badly.
picks up like swipes and like
Exactly, swipes rats and just stuff like that.
If he picks up Ancient of Lore though,
Ancient
of Lore
is
would
just
be
really-
it would
is
be
just
beautiful.
Keeper's all right, but
Do you Keeper?
he's.
You don't have to, I guess.
I think it's fine because
You have
next turn
Swipe.
you have Keeper hero power again.
Oh, you have Swipe as well.
He does get to use the Wildgrowth here.
Yeah. And
Unfortunately, you don't stop the Shaman though. This turn,
Actually-
if you Keeper, he couldn't have Argus.
If he
Now
plays
it's-
Violet Teacher, that's
there's no way it's
huge.
Violet Teacher. Is it?
Because now you can swipe and
I
hero
don't know
power
about
Violet
that.
Teacher.
I don't know about
he could have
that.
just Argus.
Yeah, because you open yourself up directly to
That's
the
a
swipe.
perfect swipe turn.
Oh my goodness. There's no other way to play
yeah,
this turn out.
there is so much value here.
And
And he
now,
buys time to draw something, right?
yeah, Amaz is going to be hitting, well, and basically anything he draws now he's going to be able to play. And so he's got some kind of momentum, and Shaman's not built the board at all through his first few turns of the game.
Yeah. Usually it's really hard to Argus 2 targets. Like if you have opportunity to Argus 2 targets, you should generally take it, especially against Druid who doesn't have board clear. Like,
but
you know, that was a board
But
clear.
on the
last
other
round,
hand, one swipe is out of the way, and versus Druid, you want to clear the board, right? So now with Feral Spirit, like the board is back again. So you will be able to defend with Argus. So being a Amaz here, well,
I think you actually innervate at the Harvest Golem for sure.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's
You don't want to be
two
stuck with
sitting
just
there.
too many innervates in your hand. At this point, all your hand is innervates. You don't want the innervates that much anymore. Plus, this gives them a better chance of sticking a creature from Mark of the Wild.
Yeah. So with regards to the Shaman, we have to mention that Shaman is super greedy with like Wind Fury, Bloodlust, and top decking Lightning Storm. Strifer, can you comment on?
I'm just gonna say no. No, I can't comment on
that is
But yeah, there's Argus this turn. It's actually pretty good. You can take out the Golem
Harvest Golem,
perfectly
yeah.
and heal up to all your creatures from the Healing Totem.
Yeah, the Healing Totem is pretty nice in here.
Yeah, the Argus is a great play. He's hovering over thinking about his Lightning Storm potentials as well as a method of clearing.
Do you think like he wants to play?
Well,
But then he
How-
overloads. But then he overloads and can't play his Fire Elemental next turn either.
Wait, why Lightning Storm?
I think he's thinking about
Because
Earthshock.
Lightning Storm with the Earthshock guarantees it.
Yeah, like people love to Earthshock the Golem and not get the Validator,
Wow.
Oh.
but Argus, Defender of Argus is definitely a better play.
I don't like it because you lose the ability to Fire Elemental the following turn.
Yeah, he will only have, what, 5 mana, right?
I mean, he could have
Yep.
cleared one of the creatures and had a much stronger board.
Ancient of Lore is huge!
Oh.
This is the card he needed.
This is
That was
That's
right what the
by far
doctor
his worst
ordered.
spell.
And a faceless Mark of the
Faceless.
Wild
force.
picks up
He
combo.
didn't draw that. Amaz really needs to draw into threats, like another Ancient of Lore, Azure Drakes, you know, even stuff like Ragnaros. You don't want to be stuck with too much situational cards when you have like, say, 1 or 2 cards.
Because again, this is the fight of the board presence. Like whoever wins the fight for board presence wins this game. And Shaman has the Bloodlust, so if he is able to stabilize with a couple of minutes on board, he might just win the game in one huge sweep.
Yeah. 2 Fire Elementals too. So Shaman has stuff to do. If Amaz doesn't hit drops and has nothing to do, he will get run over by Fire Elementals.
That is
Yeti
nice.
is pretty nice with Faceless. Do you Faceless to like create a big
I think
board?
he's trying to combo with the
Yeah,
Mark
you want
of
to
the
combo
Wild.
it first.
But you know, maybe he should have anyways, just because.
Just to develop the board,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You've seen one Lightning Storm, so now what are you afraid of?
Hex.
Well, then
On
you
the
have the double Yeti is even better if there is a Hex, right?
Oh, I thought you were saying, yeah, no, my bad. misheard what you were saying. I thought you suggested Mark of the
Oh,
Volley
you want the
now.
Yeah,
I thought you were suggesting Mark of the Volley now so that you
faces,
can...
yeah.
The Fire Elemental doesn't have a great target here.
Well, but
He can
what else do
really
you
get
play?
punished. If you Fire Elemental the face instead of the Yeti, Amaz can combo from this Yeti and have a 6-7.
And keep in mind that he's already given up his cards like Lightning Bolt and stuff earlier to remove.
I do like this move better. I totally agree with this Azeri's play here. I don't think you should Fire Elemental here. I think this move is better.
Oh,
and a swipe pickup.
Is the swipe important?
I don't think it's that important.
But the swipe will be important later
I
when
think
the
you might
board
still
is...
want to combo out your Yeti here anyways.
Yeah, in a big Yeti and have a stable board. That's 7 mana.
I mean, Amaz can clear this board. Clearing a board is really big against Shaman because then you can't get Flame Tongue to
But actually, he can play everything, right? He can mark up the Wild Yeti, faces it, and innervate swipe. What does it create? Like,
If you innervate...
like he
The
won't
problem
be
is
able
if
to
you
shift
innervate
it.
Yeah,
swipe,
you
but
don't
he
board
can't
clear.
hero power the 2-1.
Yeah, you don't board clear fully, so
Yeah.
I feel like if you commit to the swipe, at least you want to use hero power.
But if you do just swipe hero power, you're still wasting a lot of mana.
I guess he wants to force of nature swipe. Wait,
No,
okay.
Force of Nature.
I don't think
it
Amaz
comes-
is going to Market Wild here. He's just playing a patient, waiting for next turn.
Okay, so I guess like he wants to use faces on something bigger. And now also the Yeti is not dying to Fire Elemental.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, I like it. You always have to clear the board. Oh, and there's the Bloodlust.
Situation of card number 2.
Wow, that's scary. Bloodlust Wind Fury is a nice combo. Wait,
Yeah.
he didn't play the Fire Elemental.
Huh.
I guess he's waiting to Fire Elemental the
Yeah, the Yeti.
the Yeti after.
Keeper draw off the top for Amaz.
So Amaz is probably going to combo his Yeti.
Maybe you can just Force of Nature here and Keeper and innervate hero power to clear and still keep Yeti as a big one.
Okay, Force Nature.
Do you have to, though? I mean, you can still attack, Keeper, kill, and then... I mean, just kind of wait to see what your opponent does. And play pretty conservative, because, again, I think he's also maybe worried about what his opponent has in his hand. He's been holding cards for a long time. And he's basically showed that he played the Feral Spirits off the top, which might seem like he has nothing in his hand minion-wise. So maybe he's holding spells like Hex.
Okay, yeah.
He could be selling that.
That's why he didn't mark up the Wild and combo it. But then again, like...
You still get one of them as well.
Yeah, exactly.
that's true.
That is true.
And those hacks will come eventually, right? So you want to like
Yeah,
kind of bait those hacks earlier.
That is one.
Well, Azeri has good move here. You can just Fire Elemental the 4-2, make a totem. It still sets him up for a pretty good, pretty good board.
Yeah.
Because he has basically Azeri has a lot of board advantage right now, board control. Amaz is basically playing from behind. Amaz's hand is all situational as well. Oh, Mark of the Wall of the Black Knight is a combo. He can do that to the Fire Elemental. But then you're not
that's
going to be able
true.
to combo with the
Oh,
faces.
that's actually pretty good. Can you
Can you do all of it?
You can do all of it, I think. You can.
No, that's
wait, it's-
that's- no, he's off by one. If you had a
off
coin.
one, yeah. That would be so sick if you could do it.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
mark, copy, and then Black Knight.
Yeah.
I think I still like it because you can even hero power it, so you just clear the
You
board
clear
and
the
have
board.
a 4,
So you
5
Mark
into 4.
Gold, Black Knight. Oh.
What? Okay.
He's gonna save it.
Okay. So he's.
How do you actually clear? Oh, you face this?
Oh,
okay.
he's gonna full clear.
Okay, so he wants to save this combo instead.
Okay. And then inevitably, when that other Fire Elemental comes out,
I guess like he really is fixed on facelessing something bigger that he plays. Or maybe faceless another gear potentially.
well, I think if he's been paying attention to previous series, he won't be able to get away with
This
that.
is a pretty nice turn.
That is a really big draw, by the way, because when this Fire Elemental comes out, which I'm assuming it is,
Yeah.
then he will have
Azeri
to.
can remove the board.
Yeah, he might
he
have
can
to
just remove
trade,
the
and then
board.
Hex will
Pretty much.
remove it.
But on the other hand,
If he
if
doesn't-
Amaz is able to deal with the Fire Elemental, then Azeri's hand is blank. Like
Yes.
there's nothing.
But he does, assuming Amaz is not able to pick up something, then he might be in trouble.
And this counters the combo play because you don't really want to mark your wall face as a frog, do you?
If the
big
situation
draw,
calls
big
for
draw.
it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Azeri's pretty nice.
Maybe
Use the
something big, a
cards.
Wrath or a Swipe.
Oh, there's no more hex.
Do you face this the 6-5 now? I think you do. Because you still have a frog, right?
You have a frog to tank? Yeah, I think you should. You can. It's too slow to wait.
Yeah, and there's like no way you will be able to face the Ragnaros because like you know that the same turn, and when you play Ragnaros will be dealt with.
Yeah.
So if you can develop the board further here.
Huh. Well, he's gonna keep this faceless.
What this is bait out the Hex if he has another Hex.
I guess, yeah. And he's seen one Hex, so I think he wants to double Ragnaros.
You might be right about that, Shrefko. Amaz is a player who always thinks about baiting removal first.
Loot Hoarder is not very exciting.
It's something.
But he can just Air Shock and kill it.
Earthshock, Wind Fury.
I mean, Air Shock the 6/6 and then...
Just leave it up, right?
Yeah, I guess. Because there was Stomp, yeah.
If that was a healing totem, do you still feel like saving Wind Fury and then going for the trade?
I don't think he wants to use Wind Fury before he's trying to go for the loop.
Oh, man.
And you kill...
Yeah, I think you trade and you kill up.
Yeah, you kill the small ones, yeah.
Okay, Amaz has summoned the Fire Lord once again. And he's got one target on his mind.
And he hits! This is huge.
Of course.
And Azeri's scan is just non-existent.
It's all situational.
I come from the future, Azeri. And I have bad news.
Azurik is nice.
Wait, he's playing...
Is there another Hex?
He's playing Stoneforge Hex.
He needs a Hex. There's no Hex. The problem is this Fire Lord is going to get faceless.
Yes!
Oh my god, I forgot about that! That is crazy.
Amaz was waiting with that faceless. He had so many turns to use it, but he was so patiently waiting.
And it paid off.
For the Ragnaros draw.
And he ensured his opponent didn't have the removal to deal with it.
He baited the Hex. He baited Air Shocks.
And now
Azeri is facing the Fire Lord.
He's in tough position. Do you just equip the Stormforge Axe and just...
I think he's going to Rockbiter take it out.
Yeah, take it for free.
Yeah. I mean, you can't leave up the
greed doesn't pay off in this situation.
Maybe Azeri's thinking if he draws Leroy, can he possibly one-turn kill with the Rockbiter?
Let's see. You get 18 off of just one Rockbiter.
18.
So you get 22.
I don't think you can Bloodlust as well. That's not enough mana.
No. You have enough to Stormforge Axe. So that's 24.
I guess you can Stormforge
because you get 22. You get 18 plus the 4 from the Drake.
Okay, so he's just going to Stormforge start hitting the face, and then Leroy might win the game next turn.
Okay. All right, let's see what Amaz is able to do.
Not enough mana for that.
Well,
but you can still try
going to be a faceless.
We'll see what he draws with the Drake first.
I can't imagine drawing something and not playing the faceless.
No, it's too good to pass up.
Okay.
Azeri's face is like, oh yeah, the second Fire Lord. Amaz is doing it again.
Well, I think that Spell Power Totem's in for a bad day. Now Azeri
needs Leroy.
He needs Leroy.
No, another situational card with no board.
If he has Leroy with this Flame Tongue Totem though, and the Wind Fury,
would Leroy have given him the win? Let's see, Leroy, Rockbiter, that's 9. That's double at 18.
20.
I hate to bring it to you, but it's over.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's it.
He's gonna try to do whatever he can. Well, it's not over just yet.
Actually, yeah, he has to.
He has Argent Commander Hero Power.
Oh wait, it is. Yeah, it is.
Argent Commander Hero Power.
It's not.
It's over.
It's over?
So he's going to build the hero power down.
It's over.
He needed a taunt
totem. And the Wrath. Okay. That's so over.
All right. Amaz, Rag won't let you miss lethal this game. I had to say that.
Wait. How many percent does he have to hit face?
100.
Remind me? Over 9,000%.
Repeating, of course.
Yes.
Amaz takes game number 2, and Azeri is down 0-2. 1 win away from becoming your Intel Extreme Masters champion of Shenzhen, China. And Azeri, he's going to have to rely on his warrior deck in order to fade off.
Ragnamaznaros. Ragnamaznaros.
Yeah.
I think they should change the card name. And put Amaz's face on
the card. If Amaz was BlizzCon and gets to design a card, he'd probbe just pick Ragnaros.
I think they should change.
Oh, you already have that! Oh!
I think they should change the animation.
He's gonna make a 4-mana,
He's like,
four baby Ragnaros.
I think they should change the animation.
4 mana, 4 attack, 4 health, and it hits a random opponent at the end of the turn, and you're like, wait a second, Amaz.
We were kidding about it before, at the breakfast, that there will be a priest hero with Amaz's face, with a hero power, 2 mana.
Wow.
I see. Oh my goodness!
Another.
How does this
keep
Turn one Yeti.
Against the warrior. Turn one Yeti.
I mean, you can pass it up here because his deck isn't that fast. You know, you can kind of.
Sure, you don't want to run out of gas too early.
Turn 1 Yeti is pretty good, right?
Yeah, he did it last time against
And then,
Smith.
But you don't
and then
have
the
to
next
do it.
turn he has Ancient of War.
Turn 4 Yeti.
I think he's going to play the Yeti
5,
before the Ancient of
yeah.
War.
Turn
Ancient of
4
War is too weak to execute.
No, I'm saying the next
turn
turn.
4 Yeti,
yeah,
turn
yeah,
5
yeah.
Ancient of War.
The Yeti into
Pretty sick, right?
It's
How
not
many
turn-
executes do you have to deal with that?
You need two, but
The
he
starting
needs, them, he
card,
needs them exactly
I
back
guess.
to back.
But what do you do with Ragnaros then if you pay the executes?
You got to pay it forward. That's what you got to do.
I mean,
Okay.
Amaz could still run into a lot of trouble here. Say he plays a Yeti and goes for the lore next turn. Azeri's gonna shield block, shield slam, take out the Yeti, and if he draws another shield slam and execute, it could go really bad.
And there is still a
that
brawl,
is
right?
true.
If he really gets
Shield
into
block,
trouble,
shield
he can
slam.
brawl.
He has a slam execute on the 7 drop. Ancient of
So do you
War.
just block slam here?
Yes,
And go
You
for
shield
absolutely.
block, shield slam for sure.
Absolutely.
You get to keep your 5 armor, so you draw another shield
Yeah.
slam too.
And just push with damage. Like you're an aggressor
And what
here,
else
right?
would you do?
The other alternative play is to slam.
Oh,
that would
Taskmaster
just
is
do
pretty
nothing.
nice, right? For the turn 5. Like, will he
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to actually clear the Ancient of War with Throttling Berserker?
Maybe because he can he can shield.
Taskmaster Throttling will be plus 3, plus
This
6.
Also seems to note that this is like an older version of Control Warrior with the Frothing Berserkers. Wow, swipe off the top.
Does he innervate out the Harvest Gold?
It's a pretty sick. He actually can, right? Turn
I think
6.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you can coin
You can still
the
coin out the
7.
lore if you.
Yeah,
the lore
I
if you want
think.
to.
Yeah, you can definitely still iterate the Harvest Golem.
Harvest
here.
Golem is a creature where you want to play as early as possible.
Oh, Kern, that's interesting.
That's scary.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of like an older version we played in March.
Yeah, you know, it's the traditional, the classic.
The classic Control Warrior.
build.
Frothings.
Before Hunters became super dominant, and then you started playing things like Horcon Elites.
But it
to start
doesn't mean that
killing
the deck is
animal
outdated. Like the metagame is having
always different.
It's
cycles,
cycling,
right?
it's
Yeah.
cycling.
that's
Oh, that's a pretty sick draw.
That is excellent. Although that will allow the Frothing Berserker to get traded anyways, but still, you get to basically kill off that Frothing Berserker while drawing cards.
It might have been better for Moss to play the Ancient of War, but we know that's because we know Azeri's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, from your perspective as a Moz, you would think that this is a much easier play.
Yeah.
You know, Ancient of War,
Slam.
yeah, slam execute with 8 armor,
with the-
shield slam
hey,
kills
he actually
it.
doesn't even have to trade his Frothing Berserker. He has the Fiery War Axe.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he can also Taskmaster the Berserker for.
Yeah, maybe he should have Taskmaster, although it might have been in BGH range. Maybe he couldn't Taskmaster the,
Yeah, it would be the
the
BGH,
other
right?
one, the other one.
Yeah.
If you Taskmaster that one, it'd be a really good.
So we will see the Ancient of War.
Well, maybe he's gonna Argent Commander actually. I
yes.
think he's gonna Argent Commander.
I think it's a
The
too
full
clean
four.
of a kill.
It's too clean of a kill.
Commander in Wrath.
It's really risky to play Ancient of War. It can get executed. It can get shield slammed. Shield slammed what would be for 7 with the hero power,
Yeah.
but it's still enough with the Fiery War Axe.
Do you innervate Wrath as well? I guess you don't have to.
No,
You'd innervate
not on
the
the
Innervate Harvest Golem.
if anything.
Oh, Innervate Harvest Golem was better than Innervate Wrath.
I think if he also plays things like Faceless, he might be saving the Innervate with the combo of the Ancient of War, because that's also a super powerful tempo swing.
I feel like Azeri really passed up an opportunity to go really aggressive. If he played his Cruel Taskmaster last turn,
Yeah,
he could
he-
have pushed him a lot of damage.
Plays
Especially
as
with
a
Rag in
control
hand. Especially with Rag in
I think
hand.
he drew the Rag recently. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm saying if he was able to pressure with that.
Well, he has Ragnaros,
He
but
drew
there
right
is
off the
the
slam.
BGH, right? So Ragnaros can deal that 8 damage, but if Amaz is able to develop the board here, I feel still innervate the 5/10. Oh, he's going.
No, he wants to
He's
silence his
silenced.
Karen, because then these kinds of warriors also play Faceless. And, you know, he's dealing with these Karens with the lack of premium removal is going to be really tough. But on turn number 8,
But don't you feel like he passed on the opportunity to play that Ancient of War like in the past? Oh my god.
Maybe he did.
That's a cruel. He's gonna save the Cruel Taskmaster for that.
I
Yeah,
think so. I
I
think
think
this is a
this is
clean
Ragnar's
rag
turn.
turn.
Yeah,
You
this is a-
kill the board and you do 8 damage.
If you do Grom,
If you do Grum, it's so weird.
yeah,
just-
because the 4/5 can take that out easily.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. A little different than how we do it. Of course,
Well, Amaz is getting lower, but
yeah.
still.
He's going to set this up with a BGH.
He's just going to develop the board now.
Maybe he wants to draw out
If
this.
he doesn't innervate the Harvest Golem now.
He's going to innervate a Harvest Golem.
No,
there are 2 Harvest Golems.
He's saving it for the Faceless draw, maybe.
Come
but
on,
he's been doing
Amaz.
it. He's been doing it.
He's doing it, okay.
Okay. Now, I think maybe Azeri wanted to bait out BGH before
Rag.
the Rag comes out.
But this is still going to be a hard turn to Rag.
This situation is so weird now. You brawl, I guess. Do you brawl? Oh, you have a Whirlwind even. Like, if
I guess you can Whirlwind Rag and kill one, but that doesn't seem right either, no. Because then you're killing your own Karn as well.
I mean, you can also
might
like
be a
shield
brawl
block.
turn.
Maybe it's just a brawl.
Because
shield
like, he
block,
can kill the
brawl.
bear. He can kill the bear with like Taskmaster and Karn. So he can shield block first to see what he draws.
Yeah. He might get Shield Slam. Or did he use second Shield Slam? No, he didn't.
I don't like brawl that much. Because one with the bear lifts, like then you have a 2/1 token to deal with in a bear still.
I like shield blocking first, unless he wanted Cool Task and Whirlwind afterwards.
Oh! Okay.
Amaz gets out RNG.
Okay, Cruel Taskmaster
Wow.
on the 2-1 now. And
Oh
Hero
my
Power.
god, that could be game defining.
Yeah, that was huge.
game defining.
That was definitely game defining.
Even if
And now
he
there's
doesn't
a
win, it's
Ragnaros.
definitely game defining.
Well, Amaz, he's gonna have to.
Amaz
Hope he
does
gets
not have a
something good.
BGH anymore either for Ragnaros.
Yep.
And Druid can't really deal with that any other way unless
Yeah.
Faceless.
Well, hopefully the Rag hits something like Harvest going for
There
Amaz
is a
fans.
Harvest Golem to tone that
to
Ragnar.
tank the Rag.
Azeri, nice. Picks up an Acolyte with the Whirlwind.
Oh, this is super nice.
That'll be nice later on.
Just like,
Acolyte and Whirlwind
now?
to draw a card.
Oh. Okay, maybe he draws the Execute.
I guess shield block first would be better.
No, maybe there's another
It's
chance for
just
Execute.
Cleave? Still interesting, right?
Wow, that's so
7,
perfect
6.
for Shield Slam too, the way everything lined up.
If he does cleave, it's still at 5-7. It's still not enough.
No,
Fiery
he
War-
can
oh,
cleave
yeah.
in 3 War
War
Axe.
He can't
Yeah,
do both. You
Fiery
can't
War Axe.
cleave and
3
Fire
War. Oh yeah, he doesn't have mana. Okay.
Wait, why didn't he just Ragnaros last turn?
I guess he
Saving
needs
it for a rainy day.
A finisher. You have to clean the board first.
Oh,
Okay.
that is a huge draw. And that's good. I mean, that's really tough for him to remove. There's 2 death
Two
rattles.
Death Rattles, Ragnaros has a hard time doing too much. But, you know, Ragnaros is still a strong card. even in
Yeah,
this
and the
situation.
Ragnaros can still hit face.
That is
See
true.
what the Azeri
Ragnaros
drew.
can still hit
He
face.
did draw quite a bit. Oh,
and Alex draws a draw.
Wow, this hand is good. It's very good.
Execute.
Do you want to go for an Execute?
Well,
kill Kern?
let's see.
No, you can just cleave.
Can
I
you
think,
you can
instead.
cleave and then Ragnaros?
No, you cleave and then you hit the other Karn with the weapon, then you Ragnaros. It's pretty clean, actually.
Mm-hmm. And then either target. I mean, and then you have a chance to hit the 4/5 or the face.
Wait,
you
kill
want
both
to have
Death
mana
Rattles,
for everything, right?
You
No.
can cleave Ragnaros. You don't execute at all.
You just cleave Ragnaros?
yeah, cleave Ragnaros. I think that's the play.
Because then you hit with the 4/5. And,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you
and
now
you,
the
hit, you hit the Kern, okay.
Yeah,
and
it's
so,
pretty
so
good.
there's like Bane and the damaged Golem.
Yeah, Bane and Damage Golem, but no matter what, nothing has Death Rattle anymore.
Yeah,
You
that
still have
seems-
Ragnaros.
that seems cool.
There's no bid Game Hunter anymore.
Azeri thinking over all the possible moves. He's going to start. I think the cleave does indicate the Ragnaros play. And you might want to minimize damage, but I think taking out this Karen is the best move.
Okay, now is it the damaged Golem or face? If it's
Oh, the
it's
damage
face.
golem or the
He's telling
Bane
us
or
what
the
he wants.
face.
Oh, that's
face.
fine.
Well, you know what?
Face is good.
Face might be all right. He did use his
I
Grom,
think it's
but
probably better to hit the 4/5, but face is good.
okay, the
Shillelagh is
Yeti.
not
now,
bad.
because if he hit the 4/5, Amaz could not actually deal with this Rag, but he can
Yeah.
now.
Well, now he has many ways to kill it. I think like, oh well, being Amaz, you don't want to like the best way would be to Savage Roar, Mark of the Wild, the Bane, and then just
That feels
you're
very
still-
wasteful.
Yeah, but you want to use the Mark on the Yeti, I guess.
Mark the Yeti. Now, does he mark the Wild?
But then what if his opponent's playing Black Knight?
Gorhal.
Gorhal,
Like,
yeah.
you have to mark it.
Gorehowl or Black Knight, doesn't matter.
Wow, this is...
I would say like there is a bigger chance that there is a Gorhal, because it
Word
looks like an
generates-
older version, right? And there was always Gorhal.
There was always
I'm
Gorehowl,
sure
you're
there
right.
is Gorhal. I've never seen a word not running Gorhal.
And
Now a huge draw would be
wow,
something
now
that
Alex
deals
is
damage.
Alex is all of a sudden pretty awkward.
Wow, that...
Dude,
Alex is so
How
awkward.
you, Alex, your own face for
I guess
What?
Oh, wow.
this is
and then the acolyte's so useless.
Yeah, this is a situation where they definitely do want to be here. Like, this is the first time I see a situation at tournament setting where you can't play out.
Oh, he does go for it. That way he can execute the following turn.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's
He would
still
love
safe
an
with
Ancient of
29.
Lord. Ancient of Lord, bring him back.
Should have
Oh, he should charge. He should charge this.
Yeah, definitely charge the
And attack the 1-3.
If you charge, was to execute.
Well, but not
but
his
still, you
Yeti.
save
At
the
least not
Yeti.
his Yeti.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I meant no execute on the Yeti.
Azeri then goes to 3 cards. He'll draw a 4th card at the start. There's the
Double
second
execute.
Oh, wow. And now if he Alex his own face, he might just be dead.
Yeah, he might kill himself. Alex is almost unplayable.
This game is so... Oh my god, he gets ruined.
Wow, that is huge.
What about double execute?
Yeah, he's got double execute.
he
That's
can-
something. That's
Well,
pretty
Alex is
wasteful.
still weird, right?
Yeah.
But then it's
you
like...
can't Alex because...
No, yeah, obviously.
you
like,
can
this turn-
Alex execute the 4-3, but you're still Alexing your face.
Yeah, this turn definitely double execute.
He's playing so safe.
It's armor up.
Azeri is a very safe player.
Well, I guess you don't have to execute,
You
but
don't have
why
to.
not?
Well, there's reasons why not.
Well, you want to play Alex next turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Alex into Amaz would not be that bad.
I mean, if you do execute this turn, you have to Alex yourself next turn. You won't even lose your armor.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe. So, if you execute it, that is...
Well, Amaz is going out of the top. And you want to get rid of the 4-2 because if he gets Force of Nature, then he might just kill Alex, right?
That is true.
That's true.
No, but he would execute the following turn anyways. He has
Well,
10
you
mana.
can Alex...
Yeah, you can execute
as we're
anyway.
talking
Yeah,
about.
he can execute anyways.
It's just if you want to save your armor, basically.
Okay, he passes.
Oh,
Wrath.
that is the... Do you Wrath your own?
Definitely, yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
do.
You've seen
That's
double
tough.
ruin.
You do.
You ref your own.
Although
cat.
then you're weak against Cruel Taskmaster and Whirlwind.
Well, he already used 2 Whirlwinds.
Okay.
We saw that. We saw him use 1 Cool Taskmaster already.
Yeah.
But if he
Cruel
didn't have cool...
Taskmaster's a likely card, though, because...
Well, if you join to Ancient of
Azeri
War,
didn't
that's
play anything.
huge.
Yeah,
Ancient of Lore is still
Ancient of
huge.
Lore would be huge. It'd be swinging the game, and he's gonna go for it.
Ragnaros.
Oh, that is
Azeri
big.
is big as well. Ragnaros, go!
Oh,
Black Knight.
okay.
That's pretty
It's
slick. I
a
guess it's a
4-5.
Yeti.
It's a 4-5. It's something.
He might join to Mark of the Wild next turn.
That's right. Does he play 2?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's
Moss
see
can
what
still
Azeri
go
picks
for the
up.
play.
Oh, it's a Wild Pyromancer.
That's not...
That's
That's
kind of
use-
weird.
that's
I wasn't
useless.
expecting that card.
I guess
So
you Alex
it's gonna be the
yourself.
same...
Your Alex yourself doesn't matter
for
that much.
For sure. You
Oh,
only do
man.
4 damage at this point. And this threatens lethal.
Yeah, and now
What is-
Amaz really needs to
Oh, man.
kill.
So he has to top deck something to deal with
4
Alex.
damage.
Needs,
Or he loses.
Or he
needs a way to deal with this immediately.
Oh my god!
How does this happen?
How does it happen?
How does this happen every single time?
Every single time
I don't
there's
get it.
Ragnaros deciding the game.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
For the tournament win,
If he hits,
potentially.
if he wins, if he hits the 8-8,
For potentially, if he hits the 8, then his opponent only doesn't have
50%.
anything else.
1, 2, 3, go! Oh my god! He does it again! How is this possible?
Stop it! Someone stop
just
this!
don't believe it.
This is madness! Oh, my god!
Baron That's not.
Is he?
Is he dead? Is he not dead yet? Azeri is not dead yet.
No, he's not dead yet.
He faces the Ragnar
Baron
Mazaros.
loses him the game. Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't necessarily.
Because
Well, it coin
because
flips.
oh, okay, it's weird.
coin
Okay, I
flips.
guess he doesn't die for sure.
He doesn't die for sure.
He still armors up.
And Baron Geddon and Pyromancer are actually just useless because
Yes.
the Pyromancer will die. So you have your play this turn is either Pyromancer armor up or Baron Geddon armor up. Strictly
This
speaking.
is so weird. So much fire
Not
in his
weird.
hand.
This is epic. I can't believe how many times you said he used the ball's luck. You're a liar, Schreiber. Oh,
He
it's over.
concedes.
It's over.
Oh my God, he
Amaz is your
concedes.
Intel
He
Extreme
concedes.
Champion. He's going to win $4,000 and go home the victor. Amaz has once again proven he is on top of the Hearthstone competitive scene, and the crowd is applauding furiously for him.
Ragnaros. Praise Ragnar
Did
Mazdaros.
Amaz win every single game with Ragnaros? All
Yes.
three?
Oh,
Yes.
his first
Double Ragnaros
is
once.
Druid versus Shaman, is Druid versus Druid, is Druid versus
It's 4
Warlock.
Ragnaros wins.
4 Ragnaros.
Azeri, a highly respectable finish in second place, coming from unknown, no team, no practice, but today is Amaz's day.
He has the trophy. He won another tournament, second big tournament in a row. First IEM tournament. Opens the series of IEM tournaments this year.
And you know what? He's the only player of Team Liquid, but he's already put Team Liquid as one of the most accomplished teams in Hearthstone. Think about that.
Best player in the world. Amazing. Or amazing.
He's done it all. He's used his Druid. He's used his Priest to perfection. And at the same time, you can't really blame Amaz, because as much as he had good RNG, he's also had to make some tough decisions. He's also had to make some hard choices to win against RDU and even to win against Azeri.
But give it up to Azeri as well. He played well, right?
Azeri played pretty excellent. You know, his warrior deck, I thought maybe he was able to pull out maybe that when he got a pretty good lead early on. But we're going to go to the host and see what Jasper can get from Amaz and congratulate him on his win. We're joined by the man of the hour, your Intel Extreme Masters IEM Shenzhen champion, Amaz. How's it going, dude?
That was really exciting.
That was really exciting.
Yeah, that was just... I stopped breathing for a while.
Amaz, how are you doing this?
How are you doing this?
How are you doing this?
I stared lethal for like how many times? There's just... Oh my god.
You mean like you missed the... Oh, okay, yeah.
I missed lethal too,
You
right?
missed
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Like
I saw afterwards, I was like, oh man, I was just too shaken up with the semifinals. The semifinals was like more crazy than I thought.
I was like, man, either he missed lethal or Amaz is going for maximum BM and trying to really get his opponent's head.
Are you joking me? Are you joking me? No way.
Man, stream Amaz is awesome, but tournament Amaz is vicious.
But
Oh my God.
I look back, I was like, wait a minute.
How much did you pay Ragnaros this time?
Oh, no, we're buddies.
You know, you
I think
realize
they should actually rename Ragnaros to Ragnar Masnaros.
Yeah, okay.
you've used
it's
Rag
okay.
to win 7 out of your tournament win games.
Yep.
What is going on here? Is there some kind of exchange, or is Amaz? Is it even more than just money? Is he a
man.
relative of the family and he's just looking out for you? What's going on here?
Long lost twin, you know, something like that. Maybe we're both red, right? But no, it's really good that he pulled through when I needed him to. I mean, he had a couple of misses, but those didn't matter. So you can do whatever you want when it doesn't matter. But when it goes right down to it, he really pulls through.
I liked how in the Shaman game, you had this faceless manipulator. You could use it so many times.
I could use it so many times, but I was like, I really wanted to do Mark of the Wild and Faceless. I don't know, I was being greedy. One play I could have Mark of the Wild and Black Knight, right? But I was like, oh, you see Faceless, you see Mark of the Wild.
Oh.
I'm a Priest player. There's a lot of combos. I mean, I can't.
I thought you were
You're
just
holding
waiting
it.
for the Ragnaros.
Yeah.
Like
No.
you wanted to use it for
No, I wanted to use it in conjunction, so I
Okay,
get like
okay,
two
makes
big
sense.
guys. So it's just. I should have played it earlier.
Taking a step back from the finals and rewinding a little bit because we didn't get to talk to you after your semifinal match against RDU.
Yeah.
That must have been super intense. Your Hunter against Handlock, we thought was almost going to be like a certain win because it's very hard for Handlock to win. And then you had to rely on Priest. Walk us through some of the thought process of what exactly went through your mind as your Priest versus Handlock versus Priest versus Warrior.
Oh yeah, the starting hand against the Warlock was definitely not the best. So I had to force down a turn 2 Buzzard. I knew that if I draw the Buzzard, he either had to tap or Motor Coil, he had to choose one, even if he had Motor Coil. But obviously he would Motor Coil, so at least I'm denying him the turn 4 Giant.
And then the Razorfin Hunter.
Razor for Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about that for a second?
So Razorfin Hunter is like a more stable card than Animal Companion. It's like the same 3-drop, right? There's a Beast, you have a 2/3.
No randomness.
Yeah, no randomness. And the thing is, every time you get Huffer with mid-range Hunter, you kind of cry a little bit because you're not rushing down your opponent.
Wait, did you just
need board
count Animal
control.
Companion and put Razor for Hunter?
No, I have one Razorfin and one Animal Companion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
to kind of
just
balance it out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
stable.
It's more stable, generally.
And then your Priest deck also has a little bit of tweaks to it. We saw a Silence in there. We saw a couple other cards. Can you talk about what you changed for this event and why it worked out for you?
Yeah, I was really debating. One of the cards was Cabal Shadow Priest, right? I was thinking of either Cabal Shadow Priest, Pain, or Mind Control. It really depends on like what I expect the decks to be. I expected the Shaman, so that's why I put the Cabal Shadow Priest. And there are a couple of games where it's better to be a Pain and so on. I subbed the Farseer for Silence because I don't think any of my decks are really necessarily good against aggro, and Silence just gives the Pyromancer 1 more damage. And in one of the games, it actually killed 4 health minions, which is like perfect. So yeah, and it's 0 cost, so it's pretty good.
What did you feel when you top deck that Sylvanas?
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
I didn't know. Like,
You didn't realize what was happening?
At that point, I was like, okay, what can I draw to win? I can't really draw anything to win. It's okay. I might as well draw a card, and play the next game. And it's like, boom, Oh, that was actually my last game.
That was your
right?
last
Oh my
game.
god, yeah. I wasn't even like thinking shit. I was like, oh, Sylvanas is pretty good, right? So yeah, people always ask me, is like, what do I replace Sylvanas with? If I don't have Sylvanas, it's like, you can't really replace her. You can like have a substitution for now, but you want to like make her and put it in the Priest deck because you can do like weird stuff with her.
I really liked how your Ragnaros got down, so you were like out of the ways to win the game. But then you
He
stole
thought Rag was over with.
Oh yeah,
he thought Rag was done.
Oh man,
he came back to haunt them.
All Rags belong to me, right?
Rags belong to me.
Oh jeez.
Amaz, talk about what this tournament win means to you overall. There's people who say, Amaz, maybe, and I'm not going to ignore it. People are saying, Amaz, you're a lucky player. Amaz, are you actually really as good as you are to say him?
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of both. You proved that you made some really tough decisions. You're good and you're lucky. But even more specifically, now you're undisputedly the #1 ranked player, defeating RDU in the semifinals. Does that mean anything to you, or is it about the
that's good. I mean,
placings?
it's all about like making the right plays. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna just rewatch the play and just. It's really Hearthstone is just a quest to make the perfect plays, become a better player, and so on. I mean, of course, I'm glad I won, right? That's always pretty good. But
nice
just
trophy.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice, I have to say. But yeah, just rewatch everything. Because there is this Hearthstone is such a high ceiling game. I think with skill cap.
Interesting.
Yeah, Because I mean, if you look at every other match, people are like, "Oh, he should have done that. Oh, he should have done that." There's like so many plays with like you expect so few cards, right?
That's right. Just go to Twitch chat if you don't believe Amaz.
I think
he should shield slam the face.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
not
that.
That's what everyone says.
Okay, but yeah, still.
That would be a sick play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I mean, number one for now, that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. I don't really think that, okay, like you necessarily need to be like the number one player or like you need to like fight for number one. Of course you do want to fight for number one, but you shouldn't be like too cocky about it. And because, I mean, there are new cards coming, right? As
sure.
You know.
And we're really excited for Nax.
And metas change all the time, so you need to like get on groove. You know?
I'm looking forward to you playing Ragnaros and Kel'Thuzad in the same deck.
Oh man.
That would be so sick.
That would be pretty funny, right? But then that would require me killing my own rag, so that might be a bit hard.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's a little bit too creative, maybe even for Amaz. Amaz, also, before we forget, also let's take an opportunity to kind of evaluate the Asian scene. You finished off the tournament beating someone from the East.
Right.
What's your kind of take on them? Because you compete in Europe, which people kind of say is probably the highest, or region with highest skill, compared to kind of Asia. Now that you played Azeri, you've played against some of these people.
Yeah. I think the Asian players have like a different mindset. It's funny because in the group stages, I actually played a mage with Mad Bomber. And it didn't appear once. It appeared like twice, 3 times, right? Like there are 3 mage decks with Mad Bomber, so they have like a different mindset. I think while it's good for them to like try and look at like US people, like how they play, what the meta games are, and as well as the EU, I think the US and EU players also would get something if they look at what they have. Because in the ladder, I play ladder as well in Asia. They have they really like naturalize, and it's actually really good because that card helps you beat like freeze mages and also the mirror match. So then I think everybody can learn something from everybody. So.
It's a very humble approach. It's a very humble approach.
We didn't see naturalize.
We didn't. We hyped it up so much, like Asians and their naturalize.
Yeah, I really thought that was a Sid some game.
That wasn't the case. Yeah. Are you also proud partially of the Hong Kong people who showed up? We had Gino and Jackie Chan
3 people in the top 8, which is really cool. Because,
more than any other region.
It was really cool. So I think if more of this happened, then Hong Kong scene, the esports scene in Hong Kong might be like starting to shape up something, and maybe host a big tournament down the line.
Oh my God! You heard it here first. Hong Kong threatening the world.
Yeah. Should they get their own seed to BlizzCon now? The Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. Yeah. Maybe. Nimsh, I'm kind of out of questions. Do you have anything else you want to ask Amaz?
I'm just happy for you, Amaz. So no more questions from me, and I guess we can wrap it up and go do some shopping.
So Amaz, we want to congratulate you, but we also want to give you the platform to kind of address the community a little bit and talk about any last comments and final things you want to say.
Oh yeah. So thanks to all my supporters, of course. You guys are awesome. That's really, you guys are the big part why I do this and everything. Of course, shout outs to my team, Liquid and HyperX, Need for Speed, Razer, all those sponsors as well. And I'm really glad I won. I'm gonna go to the next one, hopefully win that one as well. And what's in store for us the next we'll see. And I'm really excited for Nax.
$4,000 and 16 players. Only one person was able to grab it, and it was you, Amaz. Congratulations. High five, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Nimsh, thank you so much for joining me on the cast. Thank you so much to every player who's been able to join us. Thank you to the Intel Extreme Masters for hosting this Hearthstone event. There's going to be more in the future. We also want to remind you that DreamHack Valencia is also having their own Hearthstone event right now with 3,000 euro prize pool. Go check that out for some more Hearthstone action if you aren't satisfied with here. We're done. Until next time, this has been Frodan with IEM and ESL. We'll see you guys next time.